25 years since Kettering Alter won its first state basketball championship. A win today would give the Knights their 4th title and secure a place in basketball history. That history will include the #1 team in the nation in Akron St. Vincent St. Mary and 3-time Ohio Player of the Year LeBron James. No other player has dominated the high school game in the past 3 years like James, the best player in the country's last high school game against 5 seniors looking to make history. Only on ONN.
Saturday on the Ohio News Network as we bring you all 4 boys high school basketball state championship games live from the Value City Arena in Columbus. Hello everyone, I'm Doug Lascelles. And now for the play-by-play of the Division II state title game, let's join Tim Bray and Ronnie Stokes courtside. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Doug. You've got Kettering Alter against the #1 team in the state, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, featuring the #1 player in the country in LeBron James, the most celebrated and most scrutinized high school athlete in the country. But the Irish have more than just LeBron.
It's more than just about LeBron James. He realized that it takes more than just him having a great game. It takes his teammate. And when you look at the 3 guys supporting Jones, Travis, and Joyce, they're averaging over 37 points a game as a unit. That helps LeBron James in a big way.
All right, let's talk about Kettering Alter. They are led by Doug Penno, the only remaining player left on that 2001 team, championship team.
He was a 6th man on that team, scored in double figures in a championship game, had 24 points in the semifinal game the other day against Peacecroft. An outstanding effort to help his team win that game.
And then there is LeBron. His jersey has already been requested to the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Well, what more can you say about the young man? An outstanding player. Some say in some circles maybe the best high school player ever in the state of Ohio. He can do so many things. He can celebrate and go to the basket like that and help his team and get them motivated. He does so many things outside, inside, just a complete basketball player.
The only game that LeBron and his senior teammates have lost was right here last year to Roger Bacon in Ohio history. And they've got revenge on their mind today. Let's go back to Doug.
All right, thanks. Welcome back to Value City Arena. I'm Doug Lascelles. Now let's see how these 2 teams got to the Division II state championship game. Kettering Alter held off defending state champion Cincinnati Roger Bacon in the regional before beating Columbus Beechcroft yesterday. And Akron St. Vincent St. Mary, the top-ranked team in the...
National anthem here at Value City Arena as we get you set for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's and Kettering Alter in the Division II championship game. And we had a slight delay because the clock didn't operate correctly and they caught it during the pregame. So it is back up and the basket to the left here is okay now. They've got it all set and we're ready to play basketball. Always something, Ronnie.
Well, you know, I have a chance, obviously, calling the Buckeye games. It doesn't happen that much. I mean, you would think with all the activities that go on in this building, from my standpoint, doesn't happen. They do a great job in getting the building ready for game time.
I can remember a game I did UC in Memphis, and the basket broke on a Cory dunk. It took them 55 minutes to fix it. Obviously, we ad-lib. We're going to ad-lib some more. Here's some tourney wins for Kettering Alter, and I think the one thing that stands out is the fact that every game has been under 50 points allowed, and 37.3 overall. That is significant.
It's very impressive, and in fact, when you look at over the entire year, there's only been 2 teams that scored over 60 points, LaSalle and Akron. This is a team that relies on their defense. They have 5 seniors that start on this team. They're a veteran team. They get after it defensively, and that's why they can hold opponents down like that.
Well, they are a strong defensive club, have been all season long. But Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's is a very powerful team. Offensive-minded. They love to get it up and down the floor. 4 times this year, they've been over 90 points.
When you look at the one regional final game, they only won by 10 points. Actually, that gave some teams some hope. Kent South actually used that as a motivating factor to say that they only can win by 10, maybe we have a chance. But this Akron St. Vincent St. Mary team is a very powerful team they have. We talked about their supporting cast. LeBron James and himself is a threat. But when you throw in other guys that are stepping up and playing better, that makes them a great basketball team.
7th time that Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's has been at the state level, 4th in a row. And we talked to head coach Dru Joyce prior to the game and asked him what it's going to take to win 3 out of 4.
We have to be who we are. We can't be someone else. We got to play our style, but we're going to have to adjust to whatever they're bringing, and then that's my job to make those adjustments. But the kids just have to go out and give it their all. If they do that, and if we play at the top of our game, I think we'll be very hard to beat.
Well, the history of LeBron James and this senior-laden team has been unquestionably one of the best stories in Ohio high school basketball history. And LeBron James has been here. He's done just about everything they ask him to do, and he has had tremendous success in the state tournament, except for last year, Ronnie. And the thing about it is the Roger Bacon game has certainly eaten at this club. And so we asked LeBron about the loss to Roger Bacon and what does that do to motivate you this season?
I think that made us a better team, personally. You know, we didn't want to feel like that. And last year it was an accomplishment that we didn't want to have. You know, it was a bad accomplishment. You got good accomplishments, you got bad ones. And this year we had dedicated, you know, to our Lord Jesus Christ, and I think that's what made it a lot better for us to focus this year.
LeBron James, and he's a man among boys. We've heard that said so many times, and he is such a great athlete. He's had his troubles, no question, but just one of the most phenomenal athletes in high school history. They're playing today a team led by Joe Petroselli. Ronnie, I'll tell you what, this guy, he's been around a long time, 39 years at Kettering Alter. He hadn't coached any place else.
You know, an interesting thing, we had a chance to interview both coaches before today's game, and you know, he remembered when he coached against me when I was in high school, but it was a fun interview. 39 years, and you know, we asked him about when he's going to call it quits, but he's not ready. He's ready to continue to try to win a championship, and I'm sure he's going to try to have his team ready here today.
And we asked him, how do you play Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's?
If we play defensively well, we'll be okay. At least we'll be in the ball game. You just got to stay close to them. That's the hard thing to do. Well, I think Andy Stickway has been, and I think he's gonna have to get some easy baskets. And you know, Adam Gill played a real good game against him. He has to play that well. I think he had 14 points and 10 rebounds against him.
I don't know if you can stay close to Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, honestly, Ronnie.
Last year's game, when they lost to Roger Bacon, one of the keys is that Roger came out. They were not intimidated. They came out, and I remember watching that game. The opposing player gave LeBron a stiff elbow in the middle of the chest. He was fortunate the officials didn't see it, but it really sent a message, and that's why they were able to defeat them last year.
A couple of great games earlier today. Marion Local lost to, or I should say, Marion Local beat Conroy Crestview, and the championship game in Division 4. And Cincinnati Reading takes Garaway in the Division III game. Now we have reached the Division II game. Here are the Donatos starting lineups for today's game as you look at Kettering Alter huddled right in front of their bench. And the Alter Knights will go like this with the guards, forwards, and center. Andy Stickway's got a big game. He needs to have a big game today.
Well, Coach Petrucelli talked about it. He said he needs one of his big guys to step up. He's a senior in his team, 6'5". They need for him to have contributions to have a chance to beat Akron St. Vincent St. Mary today.
Now for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, we all know about LeBron James, but they also have two other strong players going to college, and Dru Joyce is one of them at guard. He could be the key to the whole thing.
Hit 5 straight three-pointers in the second half, and then just a phenomenal shooter from there. He's worked on his game. He's gotten stronger from his freshman to his senior year, and that's a dedication to him and trying to improve as a player.
5 threes in the semis yesterday, 7 threes when he was a freshman here.
And that's the only shots he took was from beyond the arc, and he hit every single one to end up with 21 points.
So here we go, the championship game in Division II. Joyce controls, and the basketball game is underway. 8 minutes on the clock, and the first possession goes to St. Vincent St. Mary's. Jones and Joyce will run outside in the matchup zone, which is a staple. Inside they go, and the slam dunk right away.
Yeah, he just used his body against Adam Gill. He had no chance whatsoever against the bigger and stronger LeBron James.
James gets the first hoop in the Division II championship game. And against the pressure, Adam Gill breaks it, and they'll set it back up out on top. Doug Penno's the key to the whole thing. Lawman will play guard, and so will Hilgeman. That's Penno with the basketball, and Hilgeman will bring it right back out. Man-to-man pressure for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary.
You're right about Penno being the key. Hit the first basket in the semifinal game and kind of sparked his team. Did the same thing in the third and fourth quarter.
This is traditional GCL basketball. They will work and work and work and work. Penno lost control of it. There's Gill at the foul line. Right back out on top. Looking for the first shot of the basketball game. Stickway had a notion. Now Lawman. Great passing team, Alter. Just like Roger Bacon last year. Also in that league is CJ. They have run a minute off the clock.
Well, they want to shorten the game. And the way you're going to be able to shorten the game is make the Irish play defense.
He took a step. They ran a minute and change off the clock. But a traveling violation turns it back over to St. Vincent St. Mary's.
Well, they didn't get a basket there, but they accomplished what they wanted to. They're taking time off the game clock. They're shortening this game. Coach Petrucelli said that's the reason why he feels they have a chance. If they can shorten the game and get some timely possessions and score, they may have a chance.
Joyce and Jones are the two guards. They will run Travis on the baseline. James can pretty much run either block or outside, anything he wants. And Cotton is the fifth, and he's probably the basketball, football phenom. He will play basketball at Ohio State, or football at Ohio State. Here's James. Knocked away by Stickway.
Yeah, they're just sitting back in that matchup zone, just trying to force Akron St. Vincent to shoot outside shots.
And Jones is there, missed the shot, rebound off to Alter. That's the shot back on February 16th that Jones hit all night long. These two teams played each other just about a month ago, a little over a month ago. It was a 33-point win for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. Penno down the lane. Is it a block charge? It is a charge.
Coach Joyce talked about the defensive improvement. You know, maybe last year, Penno goes down the middle of that lane and scores, but not this year. Cotton right there to make up for the lack of defense from the outside. There's Cotton taking the charge, helping LeBron James, who was beaten on that play.
Couple of football players there. Doug Pinto, all-state football player, and Sam Cotton, too. Jones. Cotton, they play the high-low game, turned it over.
You know, when you look at this team, I don't think Coach Juice Joyce gets credit for the amount of work he put in this year, all the scrutiny that he gets throughout the entire year, similar to what a college coach would get, but I think he's handled it quite well.
He is so focused on this basketball game. 2-2-1 zone press. Need to get it across. Very close to 10. Did he get the time or a hold? They got a hold.
Well, Coach Joyce is petitioning for the 10-second violation.
My goodness, that was a long 10.
I love the pressure. In fact, I thought it was a good steal.
The foul.
Well, Coach Tressel will have the services of Cotton next year.
He's a big player inside.
Now, he can move too.
You could say he's an aircraft carrier. He's very wide. Bauman with it. Kettering Alter taking their time. Penetration in the lane. Missed the shot. Rebound Gill. He's got to take it right back up off the iron. LeBron James with the rebound.
And that's a tentative shot there by Gill, not taking it to the Irish.
James will take that jump shot. It's off the iron. The rebound to Peno. Last year, James had only 3 rebounds against Roger Bacon in the state championship game. And that's his biggest difference from last year to this year. The 3 ball. Doug Peno with the triple.
That's his mark. I mean, he seems to make the first basket for his team, and he's definitely going to have a big game here today.
Travis with the left hand.
Coach Joyce said he's been the guy that he wants more consistent play.
4-3, St. Vincent St. Mary's.
There's that pressure again, all-out defense, full court.
And it's tipped away. Cory Jones got the left hand on it. We played just about half of this first quarter of basketball in the Division II championship game. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the quarter. It's 4-3, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's.
I'm Erica Robbins, and we are live at the Division II state championship game, and you will find all kinds of famous people in the crowd, of course, to see one LeBron James. And I've found my first famous person, Ahmad Plummer. He plays for the 49ers. Have you seen LeBron play before, Ahmad?
Actually, I saw him yesterday.
What'd you think?
Very exciting player. Look forward to great things from him in the NBA.
But you have some roots here in Columbus, too, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just here with my buddies right now, my pastor, Pastor Forbes, and we're just enjoying the game.
And speaking of your buddies over here, Willie Gibson, he's somewhat famous. Tell us your claim to fame, Willie.
I'm two-time ESPN 2-minute drill champion.
You are the guru of sports trivia.
I've been called that, yes.
Are you taking notes on LeBron tonight?
I am. He's a very exciting player. I mean, he has all the tools ready to take it to the next level, and I'm very excited. I'm happy to be here for his final high school game.
Willie might use that the next time he's on ESPN. Thanks, Willie and Ahmad. Let's go back to Tim and Ronnie at the table.
Thanks, appreciate it, Erica. And it's funny to see Ahmad Plummer here. He played for the Buckeyes, a Cincinnati guy, played at Wyoming High School. He's got a few tools.
Oh, I think so. In fact, both of those guys, we all go to the same church, so I know them very well. Well, what is the kind of start that Coach Petroselli wants? A lot of slow action, and Doug Peno making shots like that.
He has all 5.
You see, that's what they have to take away. They cannot allow LeBron to get easy shots because they got to make him work for everything. He's such a tremendous basketball player. You give him baskets like that, he's going to have a big night.
6-5, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. Peno gave him a quick lead. Gave Alter a quick lead, but just like that. And I think LeBron gets down the floor as fast as any player that I've ever seen in high school basketball.
Well, Tim, that's the thing that most folks don't realize. At the next level, NBA, guys 6'10", 6'9" can move like that, and I think that's what makes LeBron so special because with his height, he can move up the floor like a guard.
There is a block, and going to the free throw line will be Jack Hildeman.
There's a defense. I thought Joyce was there to take the charge. Here's another look at it right there. He's set. I mean, coach can't ask for much better defense than that.
13 foul charged against Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. Hilgeman picks it and puts it in.
To start the game, we said Coach Petrucelli about shortening the game. The first 4 possessions, 36 passes.
Incredible. He wants to take the air out of it, but not necessarily just sit on the basketball. Dru Joyce playing for his father, of course. What a thrill to be in a state championship. Not once, more than once. There's James, the iron, the rebound, Alter. Alter will throw it the length of the floor. And altering that shot was James. Gill had to arch the thing way up, and now a foul.
It's going to go on Travis, going over the back of the Alter player. LeBron causing the long air ball.
Second foul on Travis. Make it the 4th team foul on the Irish.
And that's big. Travis' second foul in just the first quarter. Coach Joyce is forced to go to the bench early.
Going to bring Willie McGee in, and Travis will have to sit down. Inbounds goes to Gill. Off to Peno, foul, and we'll go back the other way because that's an illegal screen.
Yeah, all day long. They're just trying to free up their man on that offensive play, but the improvement of Akron St. Vincent St. Mary defensively.
Second team foul charged against Alter, and Hilgeman picks up his first personal foul. All tied up at 6 apiece. 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. It has been the pace of Alter.
Well, in the first meeting, in the first quarter, Alter only scored 4 points against Akron Vincent St. Mary. 12 for the half, so better start here today.
Doug Peno picks up his second personal foul, and that might be as big as Travis's.
Yeah, if there's one guy that Kettering Archbishop cannot afford to lose, and that's Peno. He got in foul trouble in the semifinal.
3 team fouls on Alter. James finds a seam. That's too easy.
No, that's just beautiful. I mean, he made it easy. I mean, the defense was there.
He was right there to put the ball in the hole, and it's an 8-6 ball game. Irish with the lead. Peno dribbling through traffic. Behind the back pass, and his teammate Gill wasn't ready.
Yeah, as a frontline player, you have got to keep your eyes on the basketball. That's a pretty good pass there by Peno.
Do you read lips? 4 turnovers against Alter.
When you hear the terminology, KYP, know your personnel. Peno thought that his teammate could make that.
James lowered the shoulder. That's an automatic. He tried to run just a power move in the lane.
When you have a player of that ability, sometimes you can get frustrated and try to force things. Call for lowering the shoulder.
First foul on LeBron. He has 6 points. It's the 6th team foul. Makes it the 5th team foul against Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's.
This is clearly the pace that Coach Petrucelli wants.
All right, now, minute 10 to go, 70 seconds in the quarter. Zach Freshwater comes in for Doug Peno. Coach Petrucelli thinks he can get maybe a minute 10 out of Freshwater so his star player can at least be on the bench for a little bit, and maybe they'll take some air out.
Well, they had quality bench production in the semifinal game when Peno sat out most of the 4th quarter, so he's expecting for them not to lose ground. And you know they're going to take air out of the ball to some degree. I think they're going to try to take the last shot here.
46 seconds. Very good ball handler.
And you accomplish 2 things right now. Again, you're shortening the game. Your best player's out of the lineup, and you're going to take the last shot of the quarter.
Possession started at the 72nd mark. It's now down under 30. So they've run 45 seconds. And Freshwater lost control of it. Jones, deadly shooter, 17 seconds left, and he'll pull it back out. Joyce with it. Jones looking for the 3. And it's in and out, no good. Rebound, tipped around, and it's picked off by Alter. 4 seconds, 3. Hilgeman in the lane, no good at the buzzer. That's a good quarter. Excellent basketball. 8-6 St. Vincent St. Mary's has a 2-point lead in the Division II state championship game. Ronnie, Dru Joyce really honed in with us early that, hey, he had to keep his kid's head in the game because they blew him out so bad a month ago.
Well, it's the mental part of it. And they won by 33 points in that first meeting. And you have to tell your guys that it's not going to be that easy of a time in this championship game.
There's a steal. LeBron James elevates and dunks.
So that's the kind of play that can get him going and his teammates. A great anticipation, a steal, and then an outstanding finish. Woo!
That was some elevation, a lot of emotion there. Gill with a cross-court pass to Penna, who was back in. LeBron 8 points now, and he's now 4 for 4. If you call it a layup, that's 2 dunks with 4 layups. And I'm counting the dunks as layups, because that's what he's going to do when he finishes, I'm telling you.
And that's where Coach Joyce would love to see him operating versus taking outside shots. He can shoot from out there. More of a weapon inside, though.
Penna had to go and reverse. He reversed basket, but he could not get the ball in the hole. There's McGee with it. James, a little bit out of control, finds Joyce. These guys have played together for so long. They know where they are on the floor all the time. Played together since 8th grade. James for 3. Long rebound off to Alter.
See, Petroselli would take that all day long.
4-point lead for Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. This is Alter with a basketball and Doug Penno. All-State in football. Wants to play basketball in college. 2 field goals and 6 turnovers. That's not going to get it done, but they're only down 4.
Yeah, going back to that mentality of the team, you know, when you beat someone as badly as Akron St. Vincent beat Kettering Archbishop early in the year, sometimes you can think you can come out and just walk out and win the game, but you clearly Alter's a better team now.
Penno misses in the lane. He's the only player other than at the free throw line. Hillman had 1 out of 2, but the only field goals of the game for Kettering Archbishop from Doug Penno.
It's going to take more than Doug Penno here today. They're going to have any chance.
Weems in the ball game. Brandon Weems. He's out at the point along with Dru Joyce. McGee looking inside. James got a hold.
Yeah, good pass there by McGee. Realizing that James has a good position down low, lobs it up just right, and you know James going to go after that pass. See, he's getting the isolation inside. I mean, there's no one at this high school level in the state of Ohio that can even contend with that.
People ask me all the time, what's the difference between him and this year and last year? And it's just his strength. He put that one up on the glass just with pure power.
He's not getting that call today. He wanted the official because he kind of coaxed that contact by jumping up, getting the defender off his feet, but not getting the call here today so far.
Motion offense for Joe Petroselli's team. 10-6. Not a seat in this house. It is elbow to elbow to watch this championship game.
There to come around at the right time in terms of the media attention. I mean, wherever he goes, he sells out buildings.
Long 3 is off the iron. Rebound for Stickway. He was way up in the air, and the ball knocked around and out of bounds. Last touch by the Irish.
Still the tempo is favoring Alter. There's a long rebound. Quicker to the basketball.
Stickway was really up in the air to get that ball. It was knocked out. Inside they go. They are really packing it in. They'd like to get it in the paint. Alter has missed their last 5 shots from outside. And a foul called. They try to steal, and Marcus Johnson picks up the personal foul. He went for the ball. 16th foul now on Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's.
And Coach Petroselli talked about how Akron St. Vincent's defense will try to coach you into taking quick shots. So he's instructed his team to be patient. But that's hard to do when you have the defensive pressure that the Irish is bringing to Alter right now.
Double team. Somebody's got to be open, and it is Stickway. First field goal.
He's perfect in the semifinal game. 5 for 5, 11 points.
LeBron taking it in the lane. Count it, the foul. Great athletic move.
Creativity. You know, with a player of that talent, sometimes it's just, you're better served just to go in there and just take what the defense gives you. One step, a couple players inside, using that left arm somewhat to kind of clear some space, but he'll go to the line for the three-point opportunity.
Adam Gill with the personal foul, his first.
Every time he's taking it inside, he's converting versus taking outside jumpers.
Three-point play for LeBron James. He has 11 points already. 11 of the 13. He's the focal point. Travis has the other bucket, and he's on the bench with 2 fouls. Peno takes it all the way in and scores. Now, you talk about creativity. Solid effort there.
He loves that baseline.
And a steal by Lohman. 2-on-2. Lohman off the window. Count it.
A steal in the conversion. I think Joyce kind of threw that lackadaisical pass, not thinking that Alter would be there to take it away.
Under 4 minutes, 13-12. Travis back in the ballgame with the ball. And off the window, James with the rebound. Blocked shot by Gill. Out of bounds. St. Vincent St. Mary's will have the basketball. And a timeout wanted on the floor. Will take it. 3:42 to play. Hey. That was Todd Finn.
Erica Robinson, we are live at Value City Arena for an exciting Division II state championship game, and I have found Doug Peno's family. Doug plays for Alter, of course. He had an outstanding game yesterday, doing swell today. This is his brother Jeff, dad Bob, and mom Julie. Jeff, you played here 2 years ago with your brother when you won the state championship. Now you're a redshirt freshman at University of Akron. Is it weird to be back here and just sitting on the sidelines watching all this?
Yeah, it's so much different. It's a lot more nerve-wracking to be up here watching than to be playing.
And the parents just have to be nervous, ripping your hair out after all these games, aren't you?
What little I have left, yeah, we're enjoying it a lot, though. It's a treat each time. I can't imagine what this is just a treat beyond words.
Big smiles on the Peno's family face. They're happy with the score, too. Alter within 1. Let's go back to the table, and Ronnie and Tim.
LeBron James forcing the action, and he's going to go to the free throw line. And Joe Petroselli, the coach at Alter, not happy. I think he thought that was a Hollywood play.
Well, there was contact. Hildeman, I believe, came in after LeBron had taken the shot. There was definitely contact. Maybe there was a little bit of acting by LeBron. He's been trying to get that call the entire game so far. This is the first time he was able to get it. A little bit of contact, but that's all part of the game. If you can bring some attention to that and the official calls it, that's what you want to do. That's the same thing trying to take a charge and flopping sometimes.
That's very true. LeBron James with 12 points in the ball game. He has scored 6 in the first quarter and now 6 here in the second quarter. Yet he has 12 of the 14 that have been put up by Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. And honestly, I've seen this happen in the tournament before. Alter starting 2 of 9, but they have found the range lately.
And when a team relies on one guy doing all the scoring, the other 4 players can become stagnant and start standing.
Reminds you of Clark Kellogg's 51 points in 1979. Granville Waiters and Todd Penn's team beat him. He was at St. Joe, and Adam Gill gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
When you have that all-out pressure that Akron St. Vincent is bringing, you can be susceptible to the back door. And that's just a heads-up play by Adam Gill, realizing that his teammate was kind of in trouble. He goes back door. Cotton loses sight of the basketball just for 1 second, but it cost him.
Adam Gill with the free throw.
So at this point, Akron just has to be patient. And you realize that you're the #1 team in the state and in the country. Teams are going to come at you. You know, you have a big target on your back. Teams are going to bring their best game.
Second one, no good. It's knocked around, and James will come down with it. The way that foul was on LeBron. 1-point basketball game. 2:48 to play, and James has it in his hands again. Looking for his shot, and will go with the left hand. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Akron St. Vincent St. Mary.
See, LeBron was able to get 2 easy layups in the beginning of this game, but everything since then, he's had to work past an Alter defender.
Alter with a shot at taking the lead. 2.5 to play in the first half. They had to work too. Hogerman is really being pressured. There's no more 3-foot pressure. It's in your face. Pass inside. Hilgeman off the window.
Execution to perfection.
The first lead of the ball game by Alter. It comes at the 2:12 mark.
Supporting cast. Talked about it in the open. It's going to be more than just LeBron James. Joyce has not taken a single field goal in this game. And you look at Cory Jones. He had a big game against Alter in the first meeting, going 7 of 11 from the field, 6 of 8 from beyond the arc, 20 points, but 0 of 2 here today.
Both teams in a 1-on-1. LeBron James at 2:07 to play is at the free throw line. Missed it, so he's missed his last 2 attempts at the free throw line. And a almost steal. Peno steals it back. Foul line, jump shot. Off the iron, rebound out to Alter.
At this point, best, when you look at Romeo Travis, he needs to step up and starting to help Akron on the backboards. And he's an athletic player, very gifted.
Alter comes out of the same league as Roger Bacon, who beat this team last year, and the last team to beat the Irish. Except for a forfeit, that's been it. Here's the pass on the slant and the score.
Well, Travis has to back away. He has 2 fouls.
Adam Gill with his first field goal. 17-14, Alter with the 3-point lead. James running that high post, and here's Dru Joyce off the mark.
Simple, Alter. I mean, they're walking the ball up the floor, not allowing the pressure by Akron to bother them on the most part. 1 shot and rebound, and they're going the other way.
Alter has scored 9 of the last 10 points in this basketball game. We're under a minute, first half. Doug Peno against Jones. Foul line, takes it up, got it on the rim. He's going to go to the line. Jones fouled him.
Well, they're extending the defense. They're frustrating the Akron players. You can see Cotton and Travis, they're not happy with what just transpired there. Peno getting in the lane. You know, he's 6'5". He had some size, and he can handle the basketball.
Jones' second personal foul. They're over the limit. 18 fouls. And Doug misses the free throw. He'll get another. Couple of changes for the Irish. Weems is in, Cotton's out, Jones is out, and McGee is in.
And Akron comes in the game, some averaging over 70 points per game. And you look at Alter, they're just averaging right around 50. So Alter would love to see this score somewhere in the 40s or 50s.
Missed them both. Wow. That's a break for the Irish.
Small margin of error. They can ill afford to miss free throws.
Well, they keep saying valued possessions. Value your possessions.
Especially if that's your game plan.
And the bad pass. If you looked away from the ball, James wasn't even looking for it. He was arguing with the official for a block.
Well, he was jockeying for position.
And a nice dribble drive by Doug Peno. 19-14, Alter. 3 seconds left. Weems for 3. It does not fall. Alter has won the first half of this basketball game, somewhat surprisingly. 19-14 is your score. Alter leads Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. They have an 11-1 run in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Let's go courtside, Erica.
Thanks, Tim. I have Joe Petroselli. You have to be thrilled with a 5-point lead now.
Yeah, I am. Just keeping them to 14 points the first half. I hope we can play like that the second half, but they're an explosive team. They're liable to run off 10 or 12 straight, so we have to be ready to play the same way the second half.
And they're going to make some adjustments, of course. Are you going to keep status quo or change some things?
Well, we'll probably stay what's been working for us all year, so we won't change too much.
Okay, we wish you luck in the second half. Joe Petroselli, head coach for Kettering Alter. Let's go to a short break. We'll be back for you watching Division II State Championship Basketball live